You gotta come see us on September 27th. We've got 15% off all Echo Power equipment. It's trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Top quality tools at great prices. Don't miss out and come see us at Ace Hardware Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of '79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs.
When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance.
And that's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we like to say thank you.
Thanks for the turf and the video board.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board.
Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
We appreciate you covering our state travel fees and equipment upgrades.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
We love our awesome new court and video board.
Thanks for paying our entry fees to our tournaments and everything you do for our athletes.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose. I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step.
Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another broadcast from the Trojan Network. We are here in Floyd County at Coosa High School to watch your Gordon Lee Trojans take on the Coosa Eagles. Trojans currently sit at 7-1, undefeated in region play, and currently hold the #1 spot in the region. Trying to go 8-1 tonight. There is a potential the Trojans could win the region championship tonight for the first time since 1978, but they'll need a little bit of help from Christian Heritage as they take on Fannin County in Fannin tonight. Try to keep you updated on those scores throughout the night. Keep you posted, but regardless, Trojans need to do their job tonight. We got a special guest with a mic on tonight. My man AJ Edmondson will be providing some color, so we're excited to hear from him this evening. AJ, you got anything to say to start today?
Not yet.
No color just yet. Well, good deal. Well, before we get started, let's thank our sponsors. First off, we want to thank Greg Payne Mortgage Team, Beth Price with Keller Williams, Water Sucks, Local Storage, North Georgia Technical College, Jessica Parrish at TVFCU, Chitter Chatter, Jimmy Sprayberry Insurance, Honey Plus June Boutique, Crawfish Springs Custom Cabinetry and Millworks, Jordan Dupree United Real Estate Experts, the Trojan Club, Jat Energy, Real Estate Partners, Burke French Homes, Summit Physical Therapy, the Local Beard Company, and Nick Bomar Trucking. They should be outmatched here by the Trojans, but it'll be important that the Trojans stay focused tonight, handle their business, and if they win this game, worst case scenario, they walk into a winner-take-all next Thursday night. You did hear me correctly, next Thursday night against Fannin County in beautiful Chickamauga, Georgia. So we are excited about that. We need to handle business tonight. Captains are out Middle of the field, we've got number 1, Norton, number 53, Griffin Moore, number 9, Peyton Groce, and number 33, Lane Vaughn, serving as captains. Honorary captains from the entire senior class standing on the sideline here as well. This senior class has had an incredible career for the Trojans. Really would like to finish it off with a region championship. Again, Trojans have not won the region championship in football since 1978. That includes a season where the Trojans went 11-1 and still didn't win the region championship. So it's been very elusive trying to get it here. One of the fans just told me it was 1978 was the year they were born. I won't tell you who that fan was, but I am giggling a little bit.
That'd be a good trivia question.
Yeah,
Halftime
good
question.
halftime trivia. That's a good point, AJ. All right. Trojans win the toss and defer, so they will kick off to start this football game. AJ, last week the Trojans were on fire on kickoff. Tons of big hits happening. We'll see if they decide to send a message here off this opening kickoff.
Yeah, I think they will avoid number 1 today.
I would think you are right there. Number 1, Norton, has 2 official punt returns for TDs already this season. Actually had a third a couple weeks ago that got called back for blocking the back. So I'd probably try to keep it away from him if at all possible. We are just about ready to go here, folks.
All right, Eagle fans, let's get on our feet. These guys have been working hard all year. They got this night next week. Let them know you're here. You appreciate what they've done for us.
All right, here comes your Trojans.
Eagle Nation, there's your Coosa Eagles.
Folks, I don't know if you see it, but the LED lights flashing here at Coosa, they've got more LED lights than they have wins on the season. We don't have LED lights. So reminder, hit me up for Venmo, and we'll get that moved over to the Trojan Club account as we save for LED lights for next season for the Trojans. I talked to Coach Groce earlier this week. He said LED lights would be a huge addition for the atmosphere on Friday nights in downtown Chickamauga. We're actually broadcasting from the visitor stands tonight amongst our people, AJ. I think we should have a pretty good time with all these fans around us tonight.
Yes, we'll have a great time tonight. Big win, hopefully for the Trojans tonight.
No doubt about it. For those of you who have not visited the Trojan Network Facebook page, please join us. We're up to about 560 followers through the first week. Like to get to 600 ASAP. Officials have got everything set up. Whistles are blown, and we are about to get this game underway. Grimes set to kick this ball off. Going to be a deep kickoff into the lower corner here. Ball's going to be caught. Tackle's going to be made by none other than number 4, Braxton Daniel. I talk about it every week. That kid knows how to find the football, and he does it again there. Tackle made. Looks like safeties tonight are going to be Norton and Groce. Corners are going to be Hurley McAllister, Bryson Oliver. Looks like linebackers Vaughn, Daniel, and Derryberry. Defensive ends, Price and Ross. Looks like tackles are going to be Murtaugh and potentially Sean Harms Benefol, I believe. Twins top and bottom, single back in the backfield. It's going to be a quick throw to the outside. Tackle's going to be made by Groce after a pickup of about 2 yards there. Yard and a half, we'll call it 2. So that'll make it 2nd and 8. Nice tackle there by Groce. Close that gap quickly. Looks like the Eagles are going to come out twins at the top of your screen. Single receiver at the bottom. tight end at the bottom of your screen as well. Single back in the backfield. Going to be a handoff, trying to get to the outside. Nothing there. Looks like initial contacts made by Derryberry. Ball actually was fumbled. Norton picked it up. The whistle had already blown. So nice tackle there by Derryberry, Vaughn, and Braxton Daniel. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7 here. Trojans looking to go 3 and out. Football now sits at the 32-yard line. Trojan band, you can hear playing in the background. They head to Peach State tomorrow. So if you get an opportunity, thank a band member and wish them good luck. A stack trip look here at the bottom of the screen. Going to roll out to the bottom of your screen here. Ball's going to be thrown. It's going to be a first down for the Eagles there. They pick up about 10. Football goes all the way to the 42-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles there. Trojans appeared to have enough cover guys on this side of the field, but 2 of them took the same man, resulting in an open receiver at about 8 yards. He caught it, was able to turn upfield, get a couple yak yards for the first down. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles here. See the Trojan defense talking a little bit about what happened there. Trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom, 1 back in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff, bottom of your screen. Good contact made, but tackle was not made. And this runner picks up about 20 yards all the way to the 35-yard line of the Trojans. However, there is a flag. Looks like it's going to be holding. So that play will be nullified there. And we'll back the Eagles up 10 yards, bringing up 1st and 20. Trojans made solid contact in the backfield there, but just didn't wrap up. Fortunately, there's a holding call that's going to back the Eagles up all the way back to their 32-yard line. And again, bring up 1st and 20. Last thing you want to do against this Trojans defense is get behind the sticks. They've done a really good job of pressuring quarterbacks. Looks like the Coosa coaches have seen that. They're rolling the quarterback out. Haven't seen much straight drop back yet. Empty backfield here. Trips at the top. Twins at the bottom. Defensive end should be able to pin their ears back here. Let's see if Ross and Price can get to this quarterback. Ross does put a little pressure on him there. Catch is made, but only a pickup of about 3 yards there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 17. Shout out to Randy Bowers. He was part of that class of 78 region champs. My man Josh Daniels also watching. Stack trips look again at the bottom. See if the Trojans handle this a little bit differently. They do. Nice job there by Braxton Daniels. This ball's just kind of thrown up for grabs, but it's going to be incomplete. Wasn't caught. However, if it was caught, the receiver's knee was down on the sideline. So the Trojans handled that much better. It's going to be a big 3rd and 17 here. Good opportunity for the Trojans defense to get off the field. Force a punt here. See if we can let Norton do some damage on the punt return. Empty set, trips at the bottom of your screen. Twins at the top. Just lost my drink, kicked it off the bleachers. It's going to be a run by the quarterback. He's going to pick up nothing. Tackle made there. Looks like 3 Price and then finished up by number 33 Vaughn. So nice job there by the Trojan defense. Gave up a couple big plays. One of them got called back on a holding. And the Trojans are able to hold, force a punt. Norton's going to be back to return. He's going to be standing at about the 30-yard line of the Trojans. See if the Trojans are going to come after this or block here. Looks like the Trojans are going to block. It's going to be a high, wobbly punt. It's going to bounce one time. Norton's going to catch it, field it at the 31. Going to make a move, get out to the 35, their 40, up the sideline. Basically gets knocked out of bounds right at midfield. So the Trojans are going to take over at the 50. Sneaky quick run there by Norton up the sideline, AJ.
Yeah, hopped right to him. That was good. Picked up 20 yards on that play.
Love it, love it. Looks like Groce is going to be the starting back here. Going to have trips at the top of your screen. Look like McAllister, Garrison, and Norton. Looks like your sniffer / tight end is going to be 45, Sean Harms-Benefold. As always, our man Dustin Day at quarterback. And we are ready to go. Going to be a handoff to Groce straight up the middle. He's going to drive his feet. Picks up about 7 there. Good blocking again by this offensive line. Trojans don't have a huge offensive line, but they've got a group of guys who will do work, AJ. Very similar to when we were in high school. We didn't have a huge offensive line. We had Nolan and Kevin Evans, but otherwise we were pretty undersized from a line perspective. Here's another handoff to Groce up the middle. Big hole right up the rip. Groce just using those powerful legs there for a big run down to the 25-yard line.
A little different offense back in that time, though, Brent.
Wing T,
Wing T.
Trojans just methodically moving this football down the field. Trips at the top of your screen. Trojans are running a traditional tight end tonight. Don't have that sniffer going. Handoff again to Groce up the middle. He's going to pick up about 2 there. Going to bring up 2nd and 8. Groce is going to come out. Vaughn's going to come in. Trips at the top. Vaughn in the backfield. It's going to be a pass to number 5, Garrison. He makes a nice catch. Again, Garrison continues to be an extremely sure-handed receiver for the Trojans. Rarely will you see him drop a football. Made a nice catch there. Nice move. Picks up about 8. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Don't have a great vantage point, but I think the football sits at about the 16-yard line. Looks like you got to get to the 15 for the first down. Shout out to Rich Holcomb, who's watching on YouTube right now. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. Good luck stopping that for a 1-yard gain. We do have a flag now, though. Vaughn did get the first down to the 10-yard line, but that was thrown in the area of holding. So potentially going to drop the Trojans back and make it 3rd and 11 here. See what we do here.
I believe it's on Coosa.
Looks like that call was on Coosa. Looked like a chop by Coosa. Half the distance to the goal. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Trojans at the 5. Game clock sits at 6 minutes and 25 seconds here. Trojans looking to smash one in right now. What do you think we go with here? Lane train up the middle, lane train right, or lane train left?
I think you're about to hear the train right up the middle.
Yep. I hear the whistle blowing. There it goes. He gets hit in the face, and he dives in. That's going to be a face mask. Have not seen the signal for touchdown. Looks like they're going to say he was down at the 1. But they grabbed Lane directly in the face. Maybe the only way to stop the Lane train, though. His personal foul, face mask. He pointed it against us, though. Hang on a minute. I don't think that's accurate. I think he pointed the wrong direction. Lane about got his head torn off on that run, and now they're stepping it off against the Trojans. Not sure what happened there. Perhaps they're just trying to increase the difficulty level for the Trojans to score. I don't think we're worried about it, though. So 1st and goal now. We sit at about
20.
the 18.
Right on the 20.
Oh, right on the 20. Good job, AJ. Love that you spot. It's going to be a jet sweep to number 11, McAllister. He's got some running room. He's going to get tackled at the 15, so he's going to pick up 5 there, bring up second goal from the 15 for the Trojans. That was a really odd call there, AJ. Lane about got his helmet torn off, and we get the personal foul for face mask.
Well, sometimes it works out that way.
It does. It does. All right, single receiver, top and bottom. Groce in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Groce up the middle. He just stutter steps and runs right into the end zone for a touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Brought to you by Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts. Really like the way Groce paused there in the hole, waited for the blockers to get out front, and then just trotted into the end zone untouched to make it 6-0 there, AJ.
Yeah, glad to see him back in the end zone this week.
I imagine we may see him in the end zone a couple more times tonight.
For sure.
Looks like Cornbread's back on watching the game. Ashley Brooks, Connie Capehart, and Michael Johnson. Grimes set to kick this extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. That makes the score 7-0 for your Gordon Lee Trojans with 5 minutes and 31 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Trojans have consistently scored on the opening drive of every game over the past 5 weeks, really setting the tone early, AJ.
Yeah, it's good to see that. Hopefully we can just keep going throughout the rest of the season and into the playoffs.
Playoffs. I love the sound of playoffs.
Yes,
Playoffs. Last kickoff by the Trojans was fielded at about the 10, brought out to the 30-yard line. See what the Trojans try to do here. Looks like Jason Oliver's watching from home. Thanks for watching, Jason.
I'd like to see a little pooch kick right here, right in the middle of the field.
Drop about the 40.
Yeah.
Grimes is set to kick. See if AJ called it right. It is a pooch kick, AJ. Going to drop right about the 25-yard line. Tackle's going to be made by number 3, Price, but not before they get it out to about the 35-yard line there. So heck of a tackle there by Price. Nice kick. Was almost bobbled. Unfortunately, he was able to field that, bring it out to the 35-yard line. So good field position again, about 5 yards better for the Eagles than last time. Last time didn't really work out for them. Hopefully we can do the same tonight. Looks like Coach Edge is also watching from Lookout Mountain. Shout out to Coach Edge. He's probably at Canyon Grill eating good, watching the game on his phone. All right, Twins at the top of your screen. Offset back. Tight end at the bottom. Going to be a handoff. Try to get to the outside. 33 Vaughn makes initial contact. Number 6, Ross, the menace, makes that tackle. Looks like for a loss of 1. Again, I tried to sell it a couple weeks ago, folks. Somebody needs to sponsor the tackle for loss. You'll get your name called a ton. Looks like Jimmy Sprayberry's driving home from Spring City, and I'm sure he's not watching while he's driving, but he's listening. Be safe on your ride home, Jimmy. Thank you for listening. Twins at the top of your screen, Twins at the bottom. Going to be a quick pass to the outside for Dave. Ball's fumbled. Not sure they're going to call that a catch. No, he was unable to make an athletic move with that football. And that's not a knock on his athleticism. That's how the rule is written. Was unable to make an athletic move after he caught that ball before dropping it. So that'll be incomplete. Bring up 3rd and 11. Trojans, once again, looking to put a stop to this drive right now and get the ball back here with 4 minutes and 38 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Sounds like I have a terrible echo tonight. I'll talk to Ricky here in just a minute. Going to be a rollout to the right. Tons of pressure being put on the quarterback. He's going to try to run. He's going to be brought down by 44, Cole Derryberry, the senior, who's been working his way back slowly over the past 3 games. Not sure what's going on with the echo. Ricky, I'm being told I've got an echo. AJ doesn't. So Norton's going to stand at about the 36-yard line to field this punt. Again, had a 20-yard return on that last punt. High snap. Punter's able to get it off, but it's going to be short. We're going to need to yell Peter, Peter here. Ball bounced off of. Looks like the ball bounced off of a Coosa player. Trojans are going to take over at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. Laney, let me know if that's better. We made an adjustment. Hey, Waller just texted me, said I'm giving you way too much airtime already tonight, AJ. Have not got a text yet to know whether it's fixed or not. I'm waiting for the reply. All right, Trojans come out. Twins, single receiver, handoff to Vaughn up the middle. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. It's going to be a pickup of 7 yards there to make it 2nd and 7. Just got an update. Christian Heritage just scored, believed to make the score 7-0. Again, if Christian Heritage beats Fannin, the Trojans will be region champs before they even play Fannin next Thursday night. Twins at the top of your screen, Twins at the bottom. It's going to be a pass.
Oh, wide
Here we go.
open.
This is an opportunity for Groce to score.
Beautiful.
He does, folks. And that's going to be another Jordan Dupree United Real Estate Experts touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans. I'll be honest with you, AJ, that was like fishing. Day dropped back, did the little fake, started reeling that DB in like a tarpon. Groce runs right by him. Ball gets floated up. Groce runs right under it for another Gordon Lee touchdown to make
beautiful
it 13-0.
fake by Day. Beautiful fake by Day there.
What I love about Day this season, he's really starting to understand when he's got a drill one in there, when he can just float it up. Those wide open receivers, no need to overthrow them. Just float it up. Let them run under the football. Heck of a throw there by Day. Nice catch by Groce. And pending this extra point, it's about to be 14-0 Trojans with 3:14 left to go here in the quarter.
Yep,
it's a low kick, but it is good by Grimes. And it is now 14-0 Trojans with 3:14 left to go here in the first quarter. Looks like Laney Coulter says it's much better. Also, I'm hearing that Jay Rogers potentially wants to show up for the Fannin game next week on Thursday nights. We do have 3 mics. We'd love some additional commentary. Jay, I'm going to be honest with you, though. I did the softball game the other night, trying to take your spot as the baseball broadcaster. I don't think I have those prognostication skills like you had last year on Maddox's home run, though. Heck of a throw and catch there from Day to Groce. The Trojans are scoring on the ground, through the air, whatever it takes, AJ. All right, Grimes set to kick. It's going to be a low liner, going to bounce around a couple times, going to be picked up at about the 25. Tackle's going to be made. Hard tackle made by number 4, Braxton Daniel. Again, we've kicked the ball off 3 times. Braxton Daniel has delivered damage 2 of those times. Price on the other one. So love what the Trojans are doing here on kickoff. Football's going to sit right at the 35-yard line, so same field position as last time for the Eagles. I don't know what Groce is telling these kids, but they are sending a message on kickoff every single time. Not sure what's going on here. A little bit of a slow play by the Eagles as they talk over on the sideline, but now they're going to come out here. Looks like they're going to come out twins top and bottom. Nope, trips at the top, so empty backfield here. Potentially a jet sweep. Nope. Should be a pass here. Ball's going to get thrown over the middle to a wide open receiver. He's going to be tackled, looks like by Groce and Norton there. But after a pickup of about 12, so that'll be a first down for the Eagles there. They had trips at the top of the screen, motioned into a quad look at the top of the screen, just overwhelmed the Trojans with flood route there. And the Trojans were unable to cover all four receivers. Quarterback rolling out, didn't have any pressure in his face, was able to find that open receiver for that 12-yard gain. Same look here, except the trips is at the bottom of your screen, twins at the top. See if they go in motion again here. Trojans are going to come after this quarterback. Throw's going to be made high and incomplete. Looks like Murtaugh Price had a hand in the face of that quarterback. He had to rush that throw, threw it high. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Coosa's coaches clearly have seen our ability to rush the passer, so the rollout takes a little bit of that away unless you happen to be blitzing from that side. Then you might regret that rollout.
Yeah, they're getting the ball, getting rid of the ball pretty quick.
Trips at the bottom of your screen, twins at the top, 2nd and 10. Football sits at about the 48-yard line. Got a motion here. Going to be a handoff. Ross does an amazing job of driving that tackle backwards. There's really nowhere for that back to go. That's going to be another tackle for loss of about 4 yards there. I don't know if my man Justin Buckner's watching, but tackle for loss is up for grab. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 14. See who else is watching. We've got Cole Kate watching, Lisa Burke, Appalachian Homegirls watching, as well as Leah Stevens rooting for number 9, Peyton Groce. Empty set again, trips at the top. Twins at the bottom. Trojans putting a ton of pressure on this receiver. Receiver bats the ball into the hands of Derryberry. Derryberry's unable to hold it. That's going to bring up 4th and 13 for the Eagles, and they're going to run on their punt unit again. Last couple of punts have been short. See if Norton walks up a little bit here. He stands at about the 25-yard line. Should be able to come up to about the 30 to catch this ball if the punts go the same way they've been going. This punt's a little bit better. It does hit right at the 30. Going to take a good bounce for the Eagles all the way to the 20-yard line, where the Trojans will take over 1st and 10 with 1:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Trojans are going to need to go 80 here, AJ. You think they can do it?
I think we got it in us today. I expect Oliver to get in the game right here.
We have not seen a lot from Oliver so far today. Shifty wide receiver for the Trojans. He'd had, I believe, touchdowns in 3 consecutive games until last week. See if we can get him back involved here. Twins at the top, single receiver at the bottom, Vaughn in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. Pickup of 9 there. And that'll bring up 2nd and 1. Football now sits. Sorry, I said 9. They backed it up a little bit. So gain of about 7. So it'll bring up 2nd and 3 here for the Trojans. It's like Twins at the top of your screen also have that big sniffer up there as well. Going to be a drop back pass. Going to go deep to Norton here. See if Norton can go up and make a play.
Pass interference.
Pass interference. There we go. Norton was going to catch that ball and just trot into the end zone. Another one of those tarpon plays. Reeled the DB in with that fake out route. Norton turned up the sidelines. DB knew he was beat, just tackled Norton before the ball ever got there. That's a Beth Price Keller Williams first down.
After the mark off the first and 10, Gordon Lee are 42.
Football now sits at the 42-yard line for the Trojans. First and 10. Vaughn remains in the backfield. Twins at the top, single receiver at the bottom. Oh, that's going to be offsides there. That was clearly offsides on the Trojans, but I don't see a flag anywhere there. Vaughn was leaning forward, kind of fell forward. Official didn't pull the flag. If you're a Coosa fan, you're not happy with that no call. Vaughn picks up 7, bring up 2nd and 7. Football sits at the 49-yard line, so the Trojans threatening here. In fact, they are going to run one play here before the end of the quarter. Groce in the backfield, Twins top, single receiver bottom. It's going to be another rollout here by Day. He's looking for a receiver. He's going to throw it deep to number 1, Norton, who's going to catch it up the sideline. Great blocking by number 8, Oliver, and that's going to be another Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts, touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans to end this first quarter. You talked about Oliver. We thought it was going to be on a catch there, AJ, but he did a heck of a job blocking after Norton caught that football, which sprang Norton for the touchdown.
Ran a little zigzag route right there.
Yeah, that was incredible. Nice work there by Day. Seeing some great passing from Day here so far tonight. And Grimes is set to kick this extra point to make it 21-0 right as time expired here in the first quarter. This is exactly how you wanted to start this game out if you were the Trojans. Here's a snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. Your Gordon Lee Trojans take a 21-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. As we flip into the field, we will take you to commercial break.
Looking for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
All right, folks, we are back for this second quarter. Third week in a row, AJ reminded me, Trojans scored 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. And if you're the Eagles, you have to feel demoralized here. You actually moved the ball decent on your first drive, had a holding penalty that backed you up, and then the Trojans have just dominated ever since that penalty. Grimes is set, ready to kick off. And this Trojan kickoff team ready to go blow some people up here. This kick is deep, going to be fielded at the 10. And this back is going to get to the top of the outside.
The block in the back.
Looks like 15 Jenkins is going to make a touchdown-saving tackle there right at the 42-yard line. Trojans headed down the field hard, again, trying to light somebody up. Unfortunately, lost lane integrity there, but the speedster Jenkins able to make a play there to save a touchdown. But this is the best field position of the night. Football sits right at the 40-yard line. Nope, they're going to move it up. Like I said originally, the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles as they move the opposite direction now that we flip the quarter. It's like Twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top, single back in the backfield. Looks like we're going to have an offsides here on the Eagles. Nope. Looks like we're offsides. We're going to give the Eagles 5 free yards there. So football is now going to sit at the 47-yard line. 1st and 5 for the Eagles. So unforced error there by the Trojans. Looked like that was a blitz the Trojans were about to run there. Got a little excited and couldn't wait. Twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top, single back in the backfield. Trojans are coming after this quarterback. Straight drop back, thrown over the middle. Receiver did not want that football. Nice tackle there by McAllister. But the ball was dropped before McAllister laid the hit, and that'll bring up 2nd and 5 from the 47-yard line of the Eagles. AJ, temperatures are dropping. We're going to be in the 50s here pretty soon, I think. May have to crank up our heater.
You know what kind of weather that is? That's football weather.
Oh, I thought you were going to say sweater weather for sure, AJ. There we go. Big tackle for a loss by number 6, Ross there. Again, I believe that's the 3rd or 4th TFL already in this first half. Football now sits right at the 45-yard line. All right. Eagles come out with that empty set. Trips at the top. Twins at the bottom. They motioned into a quad look earlier to run a flood route. Looks like they're going to motion into trips here. It's going to be a handoff to the outside. Price does a nice job of stretching that out and then just gets completely blown up by 44 Derryberry and 8 Oliver for a gain of about a yard there. That'll bring up 4th and 9 for the Eagles. See Price shaking his head there, but quite honestly, he made that play, did a really nice job of forcing that back to step back about 2 yards, giving those linebackers time to come in and clean that up. So the Eagles come to punt again. Norton's backing up a little bit. It's going to stand at about the 25. If I'm him, I'm putting my feet on the 30 here. I don't think this punter gets it past the 30. It's a bad snap. This ball's rolling. Groce is going to get it. And the Trojans are going to take this football over inside the 20-yard line at the 19, 1st and 10. And it goes from bad to worst for these Coosa Eagles there, AJ. What do you tell that punter? That ball was snapped about 5 yards in front of him.
Pick it up and run.
He tried, just was unable to hold on to it. The Trojans are going to take over 1st and 10 inside the red zone, already up 21-0. Looks like we're going to have Groce in the backfield, Twins top and bottom. Receivers are going to be McAllister, Garrison, Oliver, and Norton. It's going to be a handoff to Groce up the middle. Eagles were prepared for that. This will be a gain of nothing there. Bring up 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. Shout out to Yaya and Bobo who are watching. Also, thanks for the hand warmers. They're coming in handy. Twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top, and Vaughn in the backfield. Handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's just going to walk this one all the way inside the 5-yard line for a Beth Price Keller Williams 1st down. And that'll make it 1st and goal for the Trojans. Trojans are going hurry up here, smash mouth to Vaughn, right up the middle. Lane train time. He doesn't even have to lower his shoulder there, just tiptoes in for another Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Expert touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans and Lane Vaughn. Is that Lane's 1st touchdown of the game or 2nd?
That is
I believe that's his first.
First touchdown of the day.
He's been averaging 3 in the first half over the past 5 weeks. So he's off to a real slow start tonight, AJ. All right. Grimes set to kick this extra point, trying to make it 28-0. Here's the snap, the hold.
Offsides on number 28 over there.
Does look like AJ spotting it. He sees the offside, so I love that. Not sure that we'd walk it up any. Shout out to the Davis family. They're watching as they head out of town for Ty Davis's golf tournament, so appreciate you all watching. Hopefully whoever's driving is just listening and not watching. Eric. Hey, just found out who Appalachian Homegirl is. That's my girl, Courtney Dodd. So thank you for watching. Always wondered who that was. Now I know. All right. Set for this extra point again. Kick is up. And kick is good. Makes the score 28-0 for your Trojans with 9:22 left to go in the first quarter here. Or sorry, in the first half. Try to get an update here on the Christian Heritage game. It's now 7-7 is what I'm being told. When we broadcast from amongst our fans, I get a lot of good information. So 2 minutes into the second quarter, and it's 7-7 between Fannin County and Christian Heritage. Again, we're rooting for Christian Heritage here to go ahead and lock up that region championship tonight. However, would be cool to play them for that region championship next Thursday night in beautiful downtown Chickamauga. Trojan bands over there jamming. Again, they're headed to Peach State tomorrow, which is the state championship of band competitions. So good luck to our band, their parents, all the families as they travel. I believe there's going to be a send-off for them tomorrow morning at about 10:45 for anybody who can come out and cheer them on. All right, here's another kick. This one's going to be a little bit more shallow. It's going to bounce at about the 25, fielded at the 20. Going to be run out of bounds at number 20. Dylan Curry's going to get credit for that tackle, but there's going to be a flag potentially blocking the back. AJ, what'd you see there? AJ thinks blocking the back, which is going to be really tough here for the Eagles to overcome.
It's actually twice they've done that.
They didn't call it the first time they did it, though. Let's see who else has joined us. Tarvin's watching. Let me know about the 7-7 update. Aaron Howard. Sandy and Leonard Johnson watching. Rooting on number 3 Logan Price. Thank y'all for watching. Colder Zero's watching. He asked who let AJ on air. I don't know who Colder Zero is, but they do not appreciate you on air, AJ. Just kidding. I think they're just messing with you. So the Eagles do get backed up here. They're going to take over at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Already down 28-0 with 9:16 left to go here in the half. Twins at the top of your screen, as well as a tight end. Single back in the backfield. Going to hand this ball off to the weak side, and there is going to be nothing there. Looks like going to be another tackle for a loss, about a half-yard loss there. Not sure who made that tackle, AJ. Did you see that?
I did not. I'll take a guess. I would say it might be Derryberry. He's been on a roll tonight.
Yeah, Derryberry has been on a roll tonight, and it did look like he came out of that pile. So we're going to give him credit. Nice job there, Cole. We're so glad to have you back. Eagles come out, trips to the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom, single back in the backfield. Definitely a passing situation. Looks like the Trojans are going to bring heat from the top of the screen from Vaughn. He's chasing the quarterback, and he's going to get a Crawfish Springs custom cabinetry and millwork sack for your Gordon Lee Trojans all the way back to the 4-yard line. That's going to be a huge loss, AJ. What, about 12 yards there?
Yep.
Love it. Coach Groce is the defensive coordinator there. I think he telepathically knew they were going to roll to the right. He sent Vaughn Quarterback had no chance there as the lane train was in his face before he even looked up. So it's third and about 23, 24 yards here. Trojans need to just keep everything in front of them. No pass interferences. We can take back over. It's going to be a handoff to the top of the screen here. Back does a nice job, but he ends up getting hit. I believe that was by Groce, who finished him off over the middle after a pickup of 6. But that's going to bring up 4th and 18. The PA announcer has a better view than I do. He says 4th and 20, so we'll go with that. So the Eagles are going to punt again, but this time from their own end zone. If you're Coach Groce, AJ, here, do you go for the block here, or do you just let them punt it away?
I think Groce is going no matter what right here. He got close last time. Let's see if he gets it this time.
Love the aggression, AJ. Love the way you're thinking.
No.
Looks like you were wrong, AJ. Come on, you got to work on that. This ball's going to bounce one time. Take a nice Coosa bounce. Still not going to make it to the 50-yard line, though, and the Trojans are going to take over 1st and 10 at the 46 of the Eagles, already up 28-0. Looks like we've got Jerry Binge watching from Texas. Shouting out Braxton Daniel, thank you for watching. We got fans all over the country. We got Texas tonight. We got Florida. They're everywhere.
Trojan Nation, nationwide.
Yeah, that's right. Trojan Nation is nationwide. All right. Looks like Groce is going to be in the backfield. Twins, stacked twins at the top, single receiver at the bottom. I think we'll pass right here. Nope, we're going to hand it wide to Groce. He's looking for an alley.
Got a hold.
He finds one, but unfortunately looks like we're going to have a holding call, and it's going to make it 1st and 20 for the Trojans here. Just got a text from somebody that just said, hey, Brent Price, so no telling who that is. We'll find out in a minute. Oh, Lauren Howard let me know it's 7-7 at Fannin County between Christian Heritage and Fannin County. Looks like there's about 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter there. Got Twins top and bottom, Vaughn in the backfield. Trojans tried to get the Eagles to jump off sides. Trojans offense has done a really nice job with that this year. Haven't gotten quite as many offsides calls as they did last year. It'll be a straight drop back today. He's been money all night. He's going to go deep again to a wide open Oliver, who catches this ball, slams on the brakes, and he's going to take it all the way down to about the 13-yard line for another Beth Price, Keller Williams. First down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Again, Day does a phenomenal job seeing how open that receiver was. Just puts some air under the football and lets Oliver go catch it. I think a younger Day probably throws that football harder and potentially overthrows the receiver, but he is really showing his experience as a senior quarterback this season, doing a phenomenal job of knowing when he has to force it in there and when he can just float it up for those receivers. Vaughn is in the backfield. Handoff to Vaughn up the middle.
Ooh,
he just completely trucks a linebacker who may think twice before trying to tackle him again there, AJ. Pick up of about 4 there.
Shut out to the line. Giving Day all day to throw the ball.
Love it, AJ. Love that. I think we're going to go to Vaughn here again, right up the middle. They do hand it to Vaughn. No, it's going to be a pass. Very sneaky there. They faked the handoff to Vaughn, then stood straight up, tried to hit Norton on the slant, even fooled me. DB made a nice play there, though. That's going to bring up 3rd and 6 again from right at the 10-yard line. It's definitely 2-down territory. All right, Vaughn in the backfield, single receiver, top and bottom. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's going to trot right in for his 2nd touchdown of the game. And that touchdown is brought to you by Lane Vaughn, the Lane Train. and
Got a
Jordan
penalty.
Dupree, United Real Estate Experts, to make the score 34-0 Trojans, pending the extra point.
We did have a penalty on play there.
Uh-oh. And it's on us. It's like false start. Oh, man, brutal. I didn't see that. Thanks for calling that out, AJ. So that'll back the Trojans up and make it 3rd and 11. Second time Vaughn's trotted into the end zone untouched, though. But he came out for a break. Groce is in. We're going to go trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom, and Groce in the backfield. I would potentially run a dive here at the top of your screen between the tackle and guard. There is no linebacker over there. Groce can trot right into the end zone. Looks like we're going to roll out, though. Throw going to be made high to Oliver there. Ball floated just a little bit there on Day. Oliver was open. That's going to bring up 4th and 11 for the Trojans. Looks like the Trojans are going to attempt a field goal here, which I absolutely love. We may need this later in the season.
Yes, sir.
AJ, I'm going to need you to do some math. How far is this attempt going to be?
Is that the 15?
32-yard line, maybe? 32, maybe? He's going to kick it from right at the 22.
Bingo. Look at that. You hit it.
Check it out. It's a 32-yard attempt here from Grimes. Grimes is 0 for 1 this season on field goal attempts. Would love to see him boot this one through. Here's the snap. Kick is up.
Oh, it's
kick
in.
Is good. Banked just off the inside of the upright. Carry him through. And that's going to make the score 31-0 for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Heck of a kick there by Grimes. Absolutely love it. He did that with exactly 5 minutes left to go here in the half. Maybe another night, AJ, where we get to see those young Trojan players out on the field in the second half.
Keep building for the next.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The amount of experience those young men have gotten over the past 5 weeks is unmeasurable, especially when you walk into next season. Love to see the Trojans get one more score here before the half. They got to get a stop first. Sounds like Christian Heritage just scored to take a 14-7 lead over Fannin County. Just under 4 minutes left to go in the half, so that's good news for the Trojans as well. Grimes set, ready to kick here. It's going to boot this one deep. I think it's going to get fielded right at the 15-yard line. Number 17, Mitchum, and number 20, Curry, with a big tackle. And again, I've talked about it week after week. Number 17, Mitchum, has a nose for the football. Every time he is on special teams, he is around the football. The Trojans have 4 or 5 of those types of players in Daniel, Mitchum, Connor Jenkins, and I love it. Bodes well for the future there when those young players get in on special teams and find the football, AJ.
Curry's been on a lot of those plays this year as well.
Curry's been in on a bunch of them too, man. You are right, for sure. I'm also excited that I say Mitchum's name right now because I said it wrong the entire spring game and half this season already. All right, going to be a handoff with a big hole there, but nice tackle. Looks like number 8, Oliver, and number 44, Derryberry, in on that tackle, but a big gain of about 9 yards there on that run. Cornbread Creswell says the lane train is bringing the heat.
That he is.
All right, we've got trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom, single back in the backfield. Do they try to come down here low again? Looks like they're going to do a quick throw. Nice blocking on the outside. Going to be a big gainer there. Hit's going to be made by number 11, McAllister, driving that receiver out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. So the Eagles have put together 2 good plays there and picked up a first down on the Trojans. Game clock's now down to 4 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the half here. AJ, I don't know if you stopped by the concession stand before the game. I'm hoping they got something good for halftime.
No.
Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top, single back in the backfield. Going to be another handoff to the weak side there, and a big hit by number 33, Vaughn. Pickup of about 2 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. Football now sits right at the 40-yard line. If you're a back, do you have any desire to run it at Vaughn or Derryberry? I know I wouldn't.
No.
You're asking the coach, hey, coach, can we run the opposite direction? Unfortunately, they play opposite sides of the field, so there's really nowhere you can run it. And then you've got Price and the menace, Garrett Ross, playing defensive ends. You're in trouble. Trips at the bottom. It's going to be a straight drop back here. Going to be a little bit of pressure. The ball's thrown nicely over the middle, but great play there by number 1, Norton. Receiver had his hands on it. Norton was able to rake that football out. And that's a heck of a play there to bring up 3rd and 8. It's a good throw by the quarterback. Receiver just got the ball raked by Norton there. College level play. That's the things you see in college, is those players using their hands.
Well, Price was being held there on 54 on that right side over there.
We'll keep an eye on it here. Looks like it'll be another opportunity for some pressure from Price and Ross. Potentially could get a hole. Going to go empty backfield here. Trips at the bottom, Twins at the top. So these backs or these defensive ends should just be able to run straight at the quarterback. They do. Ball's going to be thrown over the middle, and that's going to be a first down. We just didn't take a great angle. Big tackle by number 1, Norton. But a pickup of 12 yards there. Football now sits at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles with 3:09 left to go here in the half. So just got an update on how Christian Heritage took that 14-7 lead. They picked up a fumble in the end zone for a touchdown.
Very nice.
It was like Fannin handed them that one, and Christian Heritage was happy to take it. Trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. It's going to be a handoff again to this weak side.
Nothing.
And there's nothing there with Groce and Derryberry. Nope, sorry. That was Groce and number 45, Sean Harps-Benefold, making that tackle. AJ, I don't know if you see that, but when that marker there is behind, down marker is behind the, what do you call that? The first down marker, that's a tackle for loss. I believe that's the 6th one of the game already. Trips at the top of your screen, Twins at the bottom, no back in the backfield. Do the Trojans go try to get this? Trojans are going to blitz up the middle. Price is going to put a ton of pressure on the quarterback, but he misses him. But the tackle is going to ultimately be made by number 33, Vaughn, for another half-yard loss. So that's a Crawfish Springs custom cabinetry and millwork sack for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Thought Price was going to get that one, but Vaughn was able to clean it up, thank goodness. And that brings up 3rd and about 14 for the Eagles. Groce dialed up a nice blitz right there. Cheerleaders are all bundled up down there today with their jackets, their Letterman's jackets over them. They're having a blast, but they're freezing to death, AJ.
It is getting a little chilly out here tonight.
It is a little chilly. Halftime, Ricky, we're going to have to fire up this heater for me and AJ. The talent's getting cold, buddy. Looks like we're finally going to get a timeout, so we'll try to run some commercials for y'all real quick.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
At Ace Hardware of Lookout, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home with Cali Flooring. They've got beautiful styles, durable quality, and perfect for any room in your house. And the best part, it's a fast turnaround, so you don't have to wait weeks to start your project. Plus, we offer free delivery on anything that you buy from us. And it doesn't stop there, because we're all about paint. We've got a full line of Benjamin Moore paint.
All right, Trojan Nation, we are back. 1:15 left to go here in the half. 3rd and 13 here for the Eagles. They're going to go empty backfield again. Let's see if the Trojans can once again put pressure. If this quarterback rolls right, he's going to regret it. Looks like they're going to run the flood route to the top of the screen. They tried to run the screen route. Pretty much the only call that coach could make there. Quarterback was under pressure immediately, and that ball falls harmlessly to the ground, incomplete. I think, quite honestly, though, the Eagles have decided they cannot afford to punt the ball again down 31-0. So they're going to go for it here and potentially give the Trojans field position to put 3 or 7 more on the board before halftime here. Really was a good play call by the coach there to run that screen. Just too much pressure in the quarterback's face immediately. Coming out with an empty set again. Trips at the top, Twins at the bottom. Trojans are blitzing again here from both sides.
Got him. Oh.
Trojans make contact. Nice job there by Sean Arms-Benifold. Can we make the tackle? We do make it before they get to the first down. Quarterback gets all the way across midfield to the 41, but the Trojans are going to take over 1st and 10 with 1 minute left to go here in the half. Nice tackle there by Vaughn, just in time to stop that first down. So the Trojans take over 1st and 10. Felt like we had that Crawfish Springs custom cabinetry and millwork sack there. Couple where we've put pressure on that quarterback. Looks like he's so used to it, though. He's doing a nice job of stepping up. Trojans are going to have to break down a little bit when they get to the quarterback instead of going for the kill. I think we'll have a couple more sacks in the second half if we do that. AJ, look at these linemen. Not a single one. We got one lineman wearing sleeves. That's when you know your linemen are tough. It's like that line from Iowa. I don't know if you saw the picture. They all had their guts sticking out, rubbing each other's bellies. Those are men.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Vaughn in the backfield, trips at the top of the screen. Going to be a delayed handoff to Vaughn. He's going to have running room. And quite honestly, he may take this one to the house, folks. He's down to the 20. And that DB makes a business decision and goes directly for Vaughn's legs. But that's another Beth Price, Keller Williams first down inside the red zone for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Nice play there. Have not seen that draw look from the Trojans this season. Trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom, Groce in the backfield, getting a handoff right up the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans. I'm looking for flags. I don't see one. Excellent job there by the Trojans to deliver the Jordan Dupree United Real Estate Experts touchdown and to make the score 37-0 with 41.2 seconds left to go in the half. AJ, if I remember correctly, we took that ball over with a minute left, scored a touchdown in 19 seconds.
Pretty good.
Not bad at all. I couldn't run the 200 meters in 19 seconds, AJ.
Again, shout out to the line. They are blocking their butts off tonight.
Yes, they are. Nice kick there by Grimes. It was low, but right through the middle, and that makes the score 37-0 for your Gordon Lee Trojans. It's like a track meet out there, AJ. Haven't had a chance to mention it, but both bands will be performing at halftime. Last week, the Trojan band was off. We weren't supposed to have a game last week because it was fall break, but due to the situation in our Murchie earlier in the year with the passing of a player, Gordon Lee wanted to do the right thing, help out, move the game around. So our band was not able to join us last week, so excited to see them perform. This will be the last time they perform on the field before they head to Peach State tomorrow, so please stay tuned and watch them perform at Neon Ocean. Just got another update from Fannin County. Score now tied 14-14. I'll try to get some more information in a bit at halftime about what those stats look like. But 14-14 should be really close to the end of the first half in that game as well. All right, Grimes is set, ready to kick off again with 41 seconds left to go in the half here at Coosa. It's going to be a shallow kickoff, fielded at the 22-yard line. Tackle's going to be made by a host of Trojans. Not sure who's going to pop up out of that, but the ball comes out to about the 37-yard line. Potentially that was 23 Jasper Beeson that made that tackle in combination with 15 Connor Jenkins and 4 Braxton Daniel. I have to watch the replay to know for sure who made that tackle. Christy Robertson giving a shout out to Lane and Peyton from Las Vegas. We're all the way on the West Coast now, AJ.
Texas, Nevada.
Yeah. Harley Spencer shouting out number 85, Ethan Howard. Every time I shout out Ethan Howard, I'm going to shout out his family and our man Bash Cole. Trojans definitely being Bash strong tonight. Eagles come out, trips to the bottom of your screen. Twins at the top, empty backfield. Trojans are blitzing again. Watch 3 Price here on the blitz. He's going to blitz from the top. Quarterback's going to run up the middle. He's going to be tackled by number 45, Sean Harms. Been a fold for no gain. Clock's going to continue to run down to 25 seconds. And that brings up 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
Say let this clock run out and go to the halftime.
Looks like that's probably what they're going to do unless they want to try to throw one Hail Mary. However, you throw a Hail Mary punt style to number 1 Norton or number 9 Groce, and there's a good chance they take it to the house on you. I think the Coosa coaches know that. They're going to let this clock run out. We're going to end the half. Your Gordon Lee Trojans leading 38-0 over the Coosa Eagles. As these bands set up, we'll take you to a quick commercial break.
We love our Gordon Lee Trojans. Come shop with them.
I started helping people buy homes in 2017, and for 8 years, I have been showing up when they need me. I believe relationships drive success. It's about being available when it matters most. My mission? Keep it easy. Buying your first home should feel clear, not complicated. Let's go step by step together. You'll move into your next chapter feeling confident and ready. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, let's take the mortgage journey together.
On the field, it's not just sweat you're losing. You're losing minerals, vitamins, and focus. Let's be real. Water really does suck until you put something in it. Real flavor, no fake junk, electrolytes that fuel performance. Champions hydrate smarter. Water sucks. Fuel that matters.
and gentlemen, the Gordon Lee Marching Trojan Band.
When you want to keep up with the Gordon Lee Trojans, you listen to Brent, Jay, Ricky, and all the guys here. But when you want a home mortgage, you should call Payne Mortgage Team, where we are reinventing the mortgage experience. We'll take care of you, we'll even have some fun, and you'll get a brand new house.
Assistant Director, Miss Aubrey Osborne, Color Guard Coordinator, Mr. A.J. Crawley. The 2025 production is entitled Apocalypse. Selections for tonight's performance include O Fortuna, Mars, the Bringer of War, Die with a Smile, and D's S.A.Ray, and Take Me to Church. Drum Major, Cindy Taylor, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Coosa High School Marching Eagle Band. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for the best band on the west side, the Coosa High School Marching Eagle Band.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of '79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs. When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance.
And that's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we like to say thank you.
Thanks for the turf and the video board.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board. Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
We appreciate you covering our state travel fees and equipment upgrades.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
We love our awesome new court and video board.
Thanks for paying our entry fees to our tournaments and everything you do for our athletes.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose. I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step. Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
Looking for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back and almost ready to start this second half. Your Gordon Lee Trojans lead 38-0. Let me give you some updates from around the league. At the half, Fannin County and Christian Heritage tied 14-14. That's the one we really care about. If Christian Heritage can get that victory, the Trojans become region champs even before we play Fannin next week. LFO beating North Cobb Christian 27-20. Northwest beating Ridgeland 39-0. Gordon Central is winning 13-3 over Armurchie, and Calhoun all over the Heritage Generals 35-0. So a lot going on around the league here. Again, we would expect to see some of the younger guys probably mid-third quarter here, maybe even sooner, which we love. So we'll keep you posted on that front. Temperatures have cooled drastically here. And it is absolutely freezing, mostly just because I'm weak. Ricky did turn the heater on to make sure the talent didn't get too cold. Burnt the leg hairs right off my legs through my jeans, so we had to move it. Some of the fans using it now. Trojan Network supplies entertainment and heat for the people. Sneak on through, Fan Central. All right, so the Trojans are warmed up, ready to go. Looks like Grimes is going to kick this ball off. And we'll get this second half underway. Again, Trojans trying to capture that region crown. I'm going to take a look at stats really quickly here. Word on the street is Vaughn just went over 1,000 yards there for the season in that first half, which is huge.
That's awesome.
Let me see. Stats just came through. See what we got. Looks like Vaughn. Hang on. Got to get total stats. I got to scroll quite a ways here. So that Groce has 63 yards. Vaughn has 84 yards, if I'm not mistaken. Vaughn with 2 touchdowns, Groce with 1. And unfortunately for the Eagles, they're kicking off with the Trojans. I forgot we deferred. So already down 38-0 and got to kick the ball to the Trojans. First time the Trojans return team's been on the field. Groce back deep.
Looks like they're lined up for an onside kick.
It does look like they're lined up for an onside kick. Trojans look prepared. If I'm them, I do not kick an onside kick here, but we'll see.
Takes it back here.
They're going to kick this and bounce it over the middle to number 6, Ross. He's going to take it right up the sideline, run directly into official. Looks like he stepped out right at the 46-yard line, so that's where your Trojans will take over 1st and 10.
Clock's still running. Do we have a running clock? I guess we do.
Looks like the clock is running. AJ, nice catch there. Running clock. So the Trojans, looks like they did take Day out. Looks like all other starters are still in the game. You have Groce in the backfield, but number 4, Braxton Daniel at quarterback. Going to be a handoff to Groce up the middle. He's going to drive his feet, going to pick up about 6 there. Well, we'll call it 5. We'll bring up 2nd and 5. Trojans are already across midfield after a single play. Groce is going to come out. Vaughn's going to come in.
Pass.
Trojans going to pass here to number 5, Garrison. Nice pass for a pickup of about 7 yards. Good rollout there by Braxton Daniel. Reared back, shot one. That catch was that catch made by 5, Garrison?
It was Garrison.
Nice. Looks like Price is going to come in to the backfield here. Number 3. He had a touchdown run on his first carry last week. Unfortunately, it was called back due to a legal procedure. And it looks like his first time in the game here, we're going to have an illegal procedure on the offensive line, so we're going to back it up 5 yards. And bring up 1st and 15 there. Perhaps the line just very excited to block for Price, not sure. Got Twins at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top. Here's a snap. Handoff to Price up the middle. He's going to drive his feet. He continues to drive the entire
he's going.
and almost gets out of the gate there. He's going to pick up 15 yards on that run. Almost broke free there. Looked like Price was just driving the pile. Almost leaked out there, AJ. That was pretty impressive.
He must get that from his dad.
He must get that from his father. Great legs. And then his mom, I heard her from a distance yelling. All right. Looks like Curry in it back. Another throw for Braxton Daniel to number 1 Norton, and he is up the sideline. Easy touchdown for the Trojans. I believe that's only the second pass attempt of the season for our man Braxton Daniel, the backup quarterback. Throws it to the man Norton with that 4.5 speed. He's straight up the sideline for a touchdown. Brought to you by Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts. That's going to make the score. Looks a little weird up there. 44 to nothing. Trojans pending this extra point. Phone's blowing up with text messages from folks all across the country watching this Trojan game. Kick is up and good from number 82. It's our backup kicker, Ben Johnson, the senior. He boots that one through to make the score 45-0 Trojans, or 45-0 Trojans.
Johnson with the T? Okay.
Did I say Johnson? I meant Johnston. Let me look at the roster again. Let's take a look here, AJ.
Make sure you get it right next time.
I'm terrible with these names. Ben Johnston, I apologize. The senior booted it through. Let's see if they give him an opportunity to kick off here as well. Even with the running clock,
It's
Trojans
not running anymore.
took
They
that
stopped
one.
it.
Well, it's not running during this, but nope, yes it is.
Oh,
They
there
just
it
cranked
goes.
it back up. But even with the running clock, Trojans took that right up the middle. All right, Johnston set to kick off again here. Drop this one at in the middle at the 25. See if the Trojans can pick it up. He boots it. It's going to be fielded right at the 20. And tackle's going to be made by number 44, Derryberry.
He's all over the field.
At the 30. That man is wreaking havoc today, and I love it. Got a few fans in the stands texting me asking why the clock's stopping. No clue. But I'm cold. Let it run. All right. The Eagles come out twins at the top, single receiver at the bottom, one back in the backfield. Looks like their backup quarterback's in now, if I'm not mistaken, though, AJ. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Not a lot of running room there. Pickup of about, call it 3.
Yeah.
Make it 3rd and 7. Say 2. They backed it up. So 2nd 8 here for the Eagles. Looks like Coosa's going to come out twins. Nope, trips at the bottom, twins at the top, empty backfield. See if the Trojans go after the quarterback here. Straight drop back from the quarterback, tons of pressure. He's just going to throw it away at the feet of the receiver. Pressure came from the top side from Ross. Quarterback scrambled to the right. Price was then in his face. Quarterback just got rid of it. And that brings up 3rd and 8 for the Eagles. So a couple updates for the week. Our Lady Trojan volleyball team beat Model in 4 sets to stamp their ticket to the Final Four tomorrow at Pope High School in Atlanta. Looks like a flood route's going to happen down here at the bottom of your screen, AJ. See if the Trojans do a good job putting some coverage down. Tough to cover that, to be quite honest. Norton and Daniel were able to knock him out of bounds there, but the flood route always leaves one person open. The question is, can the quarterback find them before they get smoked by one of those blitzing linebackers? Quarterback did a good job there, found the open receiver, and got that first down. So anyways, as I was saying, volleyball team's in the Final Four tomorrow for the second year in a row. I believe that match starts at 4 p.m. at Pope High School. Our cheerleaders are at Dalton High School. I believe 10 a.m. is when they perform. So go see them. They're currently ranked #1 in the state for our division as well. Here's a handoff, bottom of your screen. Back just gets absolutely obliterated by Vaughn there.
He'll feel
And
that
that'll
one
make
in the morning.
it second 10. Yeah, you say that again. We'll fill that one tomorrow. And then our softball team, which we were able to broadcast their Sweet 16 matchup series on Wednesday. They won 12-2, 12-2 to punch their ticket to Columbus, which I believe they'll head to Columbus next Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. So lots of good things happening in Trojan Nation. Going to be a straight drop back from the quarterback. He's going to step up. Nowhere really for him to go. Vaughn's going to run him out of bounds, but throws him down after the fact, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Vaughn had run him out of bounds, should have just held him up there. Instead, threw him down. So that'll give the Eagles a first down there. It's probably going to end up being right there, going to be about 3rd and 8. Just an unforced error by the Trojans. Looks like Fannin and Christian Heritage still tied in the 3rd quarter. Shout out to Courtney Dodd for that update. Trying to see what else is going on around the league. So Fannin now has the football at the 27-yard line of the Trojans, the deepest they've penetrated so far tonight. Handoff to the low side of the screen here. Tackle was almost made by Vaughn, and you avoid Vaughn, and you think, oh, I'm not going to get hit hard. And then the menace Garrett Ross just about takes your helmet off. So pick up about 3 there, but paid for all 3 of those yards to bring up 2nd and 7. Fannin INT, still 14-14 with 7 minutes left to go in the 3rd. All right, empty backfield, trips at the top, straight drop back, going to be a quick throw to the outside, but Braxton Daniel does what Braxton Daniel does, fights through the block, and that's another, what do you call it, AJ? What do you call that?
Tackle for a loss.
Tackle for loss, about the 8th one of the game. I'm telling you, we need a sponsor for tackle for loss. Somebody is wasting a perfect opportunity to get repped. Although it's chilly tonight, I want to remind everybody about one of our major sponsors, Water Sucks. They've kept our team hydrated all season long, as well as the softball team. And they have a mushroom coffee coming out pretty soon. So visit watersucks.com. Use promo code Trojan Network, one word, for 20% off. Straight drop back. Bryce put some pressure on there. And the ball was thrown. Nice coverage there by number 8, Oliver. That'll bring up 4th down for Coosa. Football sits at the 26-yard line. AJ, what do you think they run here?
4th and 10. I'd say a tight end pass right here, across the middle. They ain't ran it all night.
Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say they're going to put 28 in motion from the top of the screen, run a flood route down here at the bottom again. Trojans have struggled to cover that. Trojans put a ton of pressure on. Big hit there by number 3, Price. I'm not sure that quarterback's going to want to get up after that. Number 6, Ross, grabbed that quarterback, and Price cleaned it up for the Crawfish Springs Custom Cabinetry and Millwork sack for your Gordon Lee Trojans. And it looks like we're running in some of those younger players here, trying to get some numbers. Looks like we're going to have Dylan Curry in the backfield. I see Jasper Beeson at receiver. I see Schaefer at receiver.
Maddox Beeson, 32.
Yep, Carson Clark's at the top of your screen. Maddox Beeson's playing that sniffer position. Looks like Conrad Lightman at center. We'll try to get these other linemen here in just a second. Here's a snap handoff to Curry up the middle, and he is rolling. Pick up a 15 yards there, all the way to the 15-yard line. So nice run there by Dylan Curry, number 20. Ended up giving him 14 yards there. So the ball sits at the 49-yard line for another Beth Price, Keller Williams, first down.
62-75's in the game on the line.
All right, that's Parker Ray, number 62. Number 75 is going to be Kazai, I believe. Looks like we put in a new quarterback. That's Mitchum at quarterback, and number 16, Calder Willingham, if I'm not mistaken, running the ball there up the middle for a pickup of about, looks like 1 yard, 2 yards there to bring up 2nd and 8. It's like 73's also in Charles Gravitt. 62, we already talked about Parker Ray. Oh, rough snap. Nice grab there by Calder Willingham. He's only going to pick up a yard. That was a high snap. Mitchum had trouble with that because it flew over his head. He tipped it, and then Willingham was able to catch it there. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 6 here. Football sits now at the, let's call it 47-yard line of the Eagles. Clock continues to run. That'll be the last play of the 3rd quarter, AJ. Your Trojans are going to lead 45-0 as we roll into the 4th quarter. But before we get there, we're going to take you to a quick commercial break.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
All right, folks, we are back and bringing you the 4th quarter of this contest between your Gordon Lee Trojans and the Coosa Eagles. Trojans continue the trend of absolute domination, enchanting all the fans over the past 5 weeks. Hopefully we can continue this run next week against Fannin. That score between Fannin and Christian Heritage still 14-14, but Christian Heritage is driving. Looks like Mitchum at quarterback there, handoff to 20 Curry. He gets hit early, though. It's actually going to be a tackle for a loss of about 1 there, and that'll bring up 4th and about 8 just across midfield. Does look like Coach Groce is going to punt this football, though. First time the Trojans have been stopped in a while. Not sure we have a JV punt team, so it looks like they've run on the traditional punt team with Braxton Daniel in the role at punter here. He's been the rugby-style punter for the Trojans. The Trojans are going to jump off sides first. We're going to back it up 5 yards. Give Braxton a little more room so he doesn't kick it into the end zone here. Again, folks, if you get an opportunity, 10 a.m. at Dalton High School to see our cheerleaders. I believe we're sending off the Gordon Lee Trojan Marching Band to Peach State at 10:45. 4 p.m. at Pope High School in Atlanta for our volleyball team. And then if you have time to head to Columbus next week to watch the softball team, that would also be awesome. Really good punt there.
Great punt.
Rugby-style punt goes all the way to the 20-yard line. Daniel has not had a lot of work punting over the past few weeks. I believe he punted 1 last week, 1 so far this week. Both of them very good. And so the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line with a running clock down to 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
All food, drink, all food and drink still the same price.
It's like number 70. 19, Honor Smith entered the game.
Yep, looks like defensively. Honor Smith, 19, playing defensive end, it looks like. Gonna be a handoff up the middle. Nice little hole there. Jasper Beeson trying to rip that ball out. It's a big run as the Eagles leave their starters in against this young Trojan defense. Number 23, Beeson, did a good job chasing that back down, almost ripped that football out. But that's a big first down for the Eagles. Defensive line, looks like we've got 85, Ethan Howard. Looks like we've got 70, Joseph Mason. Looks like 19, Honor Smith. Missing one other here. Going to be another handoff up the middle. Hole not quite as big this time. Looks like tackle's going to be made by 85, Ethan Howard there, as well as number 23, Jasper Beeson, and number 62, Parker Ray. But a pickup, we'll call it 4, we'll make it 2nd and 6. Football sitting at the 48-yard line of the Eagles. Clock continues to run down to right at 9 minutes here. Single receiver top and bottom, tight end at the bottom of your screen, single back in the backfield. Going to be a straight drop back here. Lot of pressure. We do miss the sack. Back decides to run. Going to be tackled by number 3, Price, but not before he picks up a first down there. Ethan Howard just about had a big sack there. Quarterback stepped up right as Ethan Howard launched. Allowed the quarterback to leak out there. Would not expect Howard to miss that tackle again. He's done a really good job in his time on the field so far this season. I think he was going for the big hit there, AJ.
Yeah, he was.
Sometimes it's hard.
He's played really good late in these games. Getting some good experience for next year.
No doubt. Another run up the middle. Back is dragging these young Trojan defenders. It'll be a pickup of 9 yards there. This young Trojan defense hasn't given up a touchdown in 3 weeks. They don't want to start now. But I will tell you, this is the Coosa starters in. Empty backfield, trips at the bottom, twins at the top. See if they throw a pass here. Looks like they are going to go straight drop back. Try to throw a pass over the middle. That's low. Good coverage there by 20 Curry. And that ball falls incomplete. Makes it 3rd and 1. Fans handing out cash and didn't bring me any. All right, see what the Trojans have in mind here on this 3rd and 1. Potential good opportunity for a run blitz here, as I would expect this run directly up the middle again. Going Going to be a handoff again, cut up the middle. Nobody there, but big hit by number 15, Connor Jenkins. Coming from that safety position, the Eagles get the first down, but Jenkins absolutely obliterated that back over the middle as he came up from that strong safety position to deliver the wood. Clock's now down to 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Football sits just outside of the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. It's going to be a rollout to the bottom of your screen here. Quarterback's looking to pass, throws one over the middle to a wide open receiver for a touchdown for the Coosa Eagles with 6 minutes and 12 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Looks like Christian Heritage and Fannin still tied. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter, 14-14. Looks like our game will be over. Looks like our game will be over well before their game with our running clock. So we may not find out, at least on this broadcast, about the outcome of that game. Extra point is up, and it is good for the Eagles, making the score 45-7 with 6 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the game. The Eagles get an opportunity to use their LED lights after that touchdown. Folks, can you imagine how many times we'd get to use our LED lights if we had them? It'd be incredible. I'm sure we'd do the blue instead of the red because, listen, at Gordon Lee, we don't like red, we don't like royal, but we love some navy blue. It'd be super cool. Just remember that if anybody wins the lottery, we just need 100 grand, folks. Last time the Eagles lined up for a little bit of a pop-up kick.
They're going to do it again.
Looks like they're going to try it again. Who do we have back deep? Is that Cooper Sane back deep to return?
That's Blake Boyd.
No, that's Blake Boyd. We've got Cooper Sane at the top of your screen. Who's this at the bottom? Mitchum?
Mitchum.
Then Einer in the middle.
Yep.
Same kick, going to bounce up to Schaefer, who's going to take it. Get quickly out of bounds. Ooh, late hit there. Number 19, Einer Smith, was blocking, and then somebody came from the side with a late hit. Einer popped right up. We'll gain 15 yards there after that hit. And that football should come all the way to midfield after that late hit. I'm going to be honest with you, if there's any of these young kids you don't want to hit in anger, it's probably number 19, Einer Smith, one of the strongest players on the team. Let's see how he reacts to that here. See some new players coming in. Who do we got? 64. Rayton Tucker coming in on the line. Football does go across midfield, all the way to the 46-yard line of the Eagles. So it looks like Mitchum's going to be in at quarterback. Looks like Curry's going to be in at running back. Number 32, the blocking machine, Maddox Beeson, in at that sniffer position. Just follow Maddox Beeson to the end zone here, folks. Good handoff there. Unfortunately, Curry's unable to leak out that backside there. Going to be a loss of a yard, bring up 2nd and 11 for your Trojans, but the game clock continues to run. We're down to 5 minutes, 5 seconds left to go here in the game. Looks like Beeson and Curry are going to come off. Looks like we've got number 21, Cooper Sane, in. Also 24, I believe 24 is going to be Charlie Campbell. Looks like 15, Connor Jenkins at the top of your screen. 84, I believe that's Eli Peak. Sorry, he's at the bottom. Top of your screen is Jenkins. Here's a snap. Handoff to 24.
Oh, Mitchum.
No, Mitchum keeps it. He is juking and jiving. He's going to pick up big yards there for another Beth Price, Keller Williams. First down for your Gordon Lee Trojans, all the way down to the 25-yard line. That play fooled me completely, AJ. All right. Looks like Willingham's back in the backfield now. It's going to be a straight run from Mitchum here again with his power. Nice little spin move. He's going to pick up, what, 2 or 3 there? PA announcer says no gain there. So that could potentially be, that could have been inaccurate from my vantage point. Looks like number 20, Curry, comes in. Clock's down to 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Love to see the Trojans, young Trojan offense, punch one in here, go over 50, and continue this trend. Going to be a jet sweep. No, jet sweep fake to number 21. Number 20, Curry, picks up about a yard there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. That jet sweep really worked well for that young.
That was actually open out
yeah.
there.
Let's see if they try to hit it here. Typically that's gone to Cooper Sane or Cooper Childs. It's good to see Blake Boyd back in the back on the field. I know he was injured early in the season. I believe he got to play in the last JV game. He's down at the bottom of your screen in this stacked Twins look. See if we can hit Boyd deep. We're going to have a run to the outside for Mitchum. Nice block there by number 60, Conrad Lightman. And then Mitchum carries it into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a flag, though. Let's see what this call is. Heck of a run there by Mitchum, but they call holding on the Trojans. I'll be honest with you, not sure that's a real call or just a mercy call to stop the Trojans from going over 50, but regardless, heck of a run there by Mitchum and a nice block by number 60, Conrad Lightman, who was pulling after snapping that ball, did a nice job sealing a linebacker to give Mitchum the room to run, and then Mitchum used that strength to battle his way into the end zone. That flag came out after Mitchum had already dropped the ball in the end zone. So again, not really sure if that was a legitimate call or not. Doesn't erase the fact that that was a heck of a run by Mitchum, and the clock's now down to 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Looks like we're gonna have Twins at the top of your screen. Single receiver at the bottom. Looks like Willingham's gonna be the back in the backfield, and it is 3rd and about 14 for the Trojans. Jet sweep time, gonna go to Cooper Sane. He's gonna retreat a little bit, does make a couple nice moves, but ends up being tackled for no gain, and that'll bring up 4th and about 14 as the clock runs down to 1 minute 35 seconds left to go in this contest. So your Trojans are going to move to 8-1, folks, and set up a potential winner-take-all game next week. Again, the game is on Thursday night, not Friday night next week. Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. in Chickamauga against Fannin County, with potentially the region championship on the line. Here's a snap. Mitchum's going to run this one directly up the middle. Just not a lot of blocking there. He's going to be tackled, and that'll be a turnover on downs. But the company player of the game, don't have the stats in front of me, but 2 incredible touchdown passes. And the ball just came out of his hand really nicely tonight.
I think he only
got some pressure here, and it looks like number 85, Ethan Howard, had a hold of him, and then he's tackled by number 19, Honor Smith. Honor Smith suplexed him. Just a little bit of a reminder, don't hit me out of bounds next time, and I won't have to suplex you like that. And that'll end this contest with your Gordon Lee Trojans winning 45-7, moving to 8-1. The Eagles tried to get off another play, but they were unable to. Your Trojans moved to 8-1, and again set up a winner-take-all matchup for next week. And that is going to be the end of this contest. Appreciate all the fans who weren't able to make it out for watching tonight. This is Trojan Network signing out. AJ, thank you very much. Appreciate all your commentary tonight. Ricky, you did a decent job up there tonight, buddy.